Hey traders. So lately I've been receiving a lot of DMs on my Instagram telling me how many of you are going through difficult times, and as someone who has been through some stories as well, I will definitely tell you, especially as an adult, no one care about your circumstance really in this world. Not everyone's like me. I can really sit down, listen to many of you, showing empathy, showing support, showing care. But in reality, most of the people really, they don't give a damn about what you're talking, because whatever you're talking to them, you're just trying to victimize yourself. And there goes, I always say, don't victimize yourself. Stand up, pick it up, do it again and again. Because trading wasn't the first thing that I started. So before trading, I was alone in Australia. I don't have money. I don't have nothing else. No support. My family was not there. So I was the only person that I can rely on. So I did some e-com, did some drop shipping, all failed. Thought of some business ideas such as couch cleaning, mattress cleaning. Didn't start it as I didn't have the capital. Then yeah, basically just here and there. And trading was rather later that I discovered, and I said, hey, let me just pursue this sort of entrepreneurial path. And let me tell you, no one else, including your spouse, including your family, including your parents, can ever decide your fate, your destiny for you. Because you see, when I was working in a restaurant, one of the biggest wake up call for me was, at that time I knew nothing about luxuries. If you've been following my channel for some time, you probably have heard of this story before. I knew nothing about luxuries. I don't know anything about watches. And that one sentence that triggered me a lot was, my manager stood beside me and said, hey Neil, do you see what watch that guest is wearing? I say, what's that? Back then I don't even know what's Rolex. Bear in mind, I was that pure, so I don't know. So she told me that watch, you probably can't afford it, even if you work as hard for the rest of your life. It was a little bit over exaggerating. Now when I try to recap, I felt like it was such a big statement that she's trying to put on, because again, some Rolex is at what, 15K. Yeah, so there's no such thing as, if you work hard for your entire life, you can't afford a Rolex. I think that's just extremely exaggerating. But at that point of time, it was a wake-up call to me. And afterwards, I went to ask my manager. I forgot was he my manager or assistant manager. I went to ask him, how's your yearly salary? I said, if you don't mind, can I ask? And when I heard something like 90K, 100K, I was shocked. Because to me, I didn't want to work my entire life to get what? To get paid 100,000 a year. That's not enough. Like you can't do a lot of things, because partial of that goes into taxes. And then there goes your daily expenses, the needs and your wants, blah blah blah. You don't have much left. And ever since then, I went into this so many years of full hustling mode. So I was grinding all the way for the past 7-8 years. For the past 7-8 years, I'm 26 right now. So I started trading when I was 18. So I can imagine how many years have I been in the market. So ever since that sentence, I went into a long periods of ups and downs, roller coaster. I traded, I lost all of my money. So if any of you want to compete how many margin call email you received, you can never outcompete me, because I was that aggressive. So my personality has always been extremely aggressive. These days, obviously not anymore. But back then, I would be blowing my accounts every day. I put in 3,000 Aussie dollar, it's gone. And at that time, it was pretty terrifying. And I had to say, my ex at that time even left me because she was a bit concerned about my situation. So when I love something, when I'm very into something, I put in 110% effort, and that was how extreme. My walls, it was all charts. It was pretty crazy. I truly understand that if anyone come into my room, they would immediately think I'm a psychopath. Like, are you insane? Like, what's that on the wall? So it was that crazy. So after so many years of grind, and watches became one of the milestone, or let's put it this way, one of the material item to journey my personal milestone. So why? Because of that story of my manager. She said that I can never afford a watch. Then naturally, at that time, to me, my goal has been I need to buy some watch. If I'm successful, I need to have a watch. But these days, it's not anymore. As I'm surrounding myself with people who are even above me, beyond me. Let me tell you, this is a world. The world of luxury is a world of loophole. You can never outcompete. You can never outcompete people who are above you. If you think my watches are expensive, there are people who are buying $1 million on a watch. You can never compete. And that's why these days, especially for the past 2 years, I pursue fulfillment. I pursue accountability. Instead of saying, I want to get this, I want to get that, I want to buy Lambo, I want to buy a Richard Mille, which all I already had, except from Lambo. I had pretty much everything that I wanted. Everything that I used to perceive them as the icon of a successful people. I have them. Let it be. So let me just share. So my first watch was a Rolex Batman. Then something happened and I had to sell it away. So I went into I invested in restaurants and I failed miserably, and I had to sell my watch. And after that, subsequently I bought some Daytonas. Then after that, I start going into the world of Pateks, then Richard Mille. So up until today, watches that symbolizes or represents my personality the most is still this. So you probably see me wearing this a lot. So this is a Patek 57111 1A. I believe this is probably the grail watch for most of the people, for me at least at that time. And let me tell all of you, once you finally get that grail watch of yours, everything comes after this becomes a pure, you can call it greed or a pure passion or pure interest. Like these days, if you ever see me buying watches, I won't see them as valuable. I mean, emotionally, if we talk about attachment, they will never be as emotionally attached to me as this, because at that time, I'm not sure if I still have the image, but yeah, many years ago, many years ago, I put down on my phone and said, this is going to be my grail watch. And ever since I got this, I got a lot of watches as well. Some watches, I don't wear them, I don't show them, I put them inside my safe. I have, nowadays you see me wearing this. I still wear, and the funny thing is, some people think if you have a Patek, if you have AP, if you have RMs, Richard Mille, you probably won't be wearing Rolex, and that was quite the opposite to me. So I still wear this Bruce Wayne every single day. I bought this early this year, and this is a watch where I clean my dog poops, I scratched it, I swim it. This watch goes with me every day, no stickers. So I still wear a Rolex to remind myself where I came from. And a lot of times I don't wear some of these watches. Like on my desk, I have this 5711 1A. I have this 5968G. The thing is, this is a rubber strap, but this is on a precious metal. This is white gold. This is stainless steel. So this is actually more pricey than this. And besides that, I also have other Pateks, 5236P, 5167-1A, 5167G, which is the thin version of the Aquanaut that you see me wearing in some of my videos. Like me recently in Japan, I wore that watch. And 6702, RM6702, Rolex Panda. My wife also have some watches. My wife also have her own Nautilus. So yeah, I would still say nothing beats the sentiment of this. And if let's say today you're like me, I don't share this video to show off, oh, I have some watches. No. I've seen people who have 20, 30, 40, 50 watches. They have millions of dollars in watches. But to me, watches was just something that I've been passionate about since the very first day. And since I had nothing, this has been something that I pursued. But after I've achieved, for example, this 5711, everything that comes after becomes a pure passion. And they will never be as meaningful as the first one. And that's why you still see me wearing these watches a lot. If you see me in real life, you'll always, almost every time, see me wearing this watch. Same thing, I scratched it, I do everything with this because watches to me has a strong meaning behind them. But since 2 years ago, I started pursue more on fulfillment. How can I help people? How can I create healthy, meaningful relationship, supporting people that need me? And my eyes have never been set on how can I get more luxuries? How can I get more materials? I spend a lot of time on work, family, supporting people who are in need. And that's pretty much it. So remember, if you're someone like me, don't let anyone else tell you you can't do this, you can't do that. Because let me tell you, people who are not being supportive simply because of a few reasons. One, they don't share similar vision. Second, they don't know you enough. Third thing, they can't achieve what you want to achieve, so they don't want you to set the goal. And the ugly truth is most of the people are selfish. They are only selfless when you are below them. Once you go beyond them, once you start, let's say, being more successful, hustling more than them, that triggers a small sense of jealousy or hatred. And that will very soon translate to, I don't want Neoh to be better than me. And that's why these days, let me tell you, I have never lost that many friends when I had nothing compared to when I had something. When I had something, I somehow lost plenty of friends. Do you know why? Because people start looking at you not as in, I love your personality, not because we mix well, but they start mixing with you purely because they believe they can rely on you, because purely they believe they can take advantage of you. And that is not a pure relationship. That's not a pure friendship. And that's why I don't have many friends. To be very honest, people inside our trade club, we have 400 over traders. All of them are like my past self. Periods where I was hustling when no one else, when I go unnoticed, I go missing for years. I was just purely grinding. Times where I had no money, I was worried about my rental, I was stressed, I would cry in the shower, whatnot. Times where when everything went so wrong, all our traders inside our trade club will somehow remind me that never ever forget where you came from. Because I can always remember that day so many years ago when I was in Sydney, Australia. I tried to put in my debit card at the ATM machine and I can't even press out 50 Aussie dollar. And that was probably the lowest and lowest. When you think that's the lowest, I went to a period where I was in 6 figures debt. So life always surprises you in a different way. But as long as you have the mentality to say, I need to overcome them, instead of saying these challenges are just out there to defeat me, to beat me up. No, you need to start changing your perspective and say, I'm so blessed that I can work today. I'm so blessed that I have clear vision. I have clear goal. Like every day I wake up, I have one purpose. Besides taking care of my family, my second purpose will be how can I better assist all of our trade club traders and all of you here watching my free YouTube video. Do you know, I've been so consistent in posting videos because I know some of you would need it. Maybe out of 38,000 of you, even if it's just 100 of you need to watch this specific video, this video is for you. And I received so many messages from all of you here telling me, Neoh, your video today speaks to me. Your video today helped me so much. And that to me is the fuel that allows me to continue pursuing fulfillment rather than just pursuing when can I get the next watch. And let me tell you, do you really think I wear some of these watches? Most of them are inside the safe. I don't wear them. Like what for? Like how many hands do I have? I can't be wearing 4 watches on both arms and both legs, right? So naturally, when you start realizing that what truly makes you happy is seeing your loved ones, like my wife, my kids, they are doing well. We are improving year by year. Plus, you start having influence, having positive impact on people who are currently going through what you've been through. And that to me is the ultimate fulfillment. And that's why, as much as times when I'm extremely tired, like a few days ago, I remember I was so tired that I don't want to record any lesson inside, because I record a lot of lessons. You have to imagine, on my YouTube channel, I've been being consistent with 2 to 3 videos every week for the past how long? And on my trade club, I'm still being consistent with 2 to 3 lessons per week and daily breakdown video, the trades review. So I have to at least record 10 videos a week. And I have to really sit down before each of these videos, spend time thinking about how can I structure my lesson a little bit better so some of you can understand them better. You don't see me reading a script because I've practiced a lot of times. So everything requires effort. Everything requires 100% accountability and commitment. So I hope you are inspired by this video of myself to tell you no one else can ever tell you what you can achieve, what you cannot achieve. You are the ultimate person that will be responsible for your own life. And please don't let me down. Because again, when the entire world's given up on you, you cannot give up on yourself. When I was at the lowest of the lowest, when I was desperate, I continue sailing. I keep grinding. I keep moving forward. I was like in the middle of the ocean. I just keep paddling, keep paddling, keep paddling, keep sailing. And I tell you, eventually you'll be there. It's just a matter of time. It's a long race. It's a slow race. And yeah, all of you can do it. So yeah, if you learned something, if you like the video, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye bye.